This is the Revolutionary News produced on Friday, June 20th, 1775. I'm Anson Ingram, at the anchor desk in Philadelphia. We bring you news from across the colonies. Follow the revolution each week, exactly 250 years after the events occur. This is day 62 since the first shots were fired at Lexington and Concord. For those who tuned into last week's broadcast, our top stories tonight will come as no surprise. In the news this week, on June 14th, the Second Continental Congress decided to form a Continental Army and appointed 43-year-old Colonel George Washington of Virginia as Commander-in-Chief. But first, we turn our attention to the major battle on June 17th on Breed's and Bunker Hills in Charlestown, overlooking the city of Boston. 1,200 Patriot soldiers, under the leadership of Colonel William Prescott, repelled two waves of assault before being forced into retreat during a third wave of assault, led by 45-year-old British General Sir William Howe, who commanded a force of over 3,000 soldiers. Most of the fighting occurred on Breed's Hill, with the retreat largely through the more elevated and less well-fortified Bunker Hill. Any pride the British may have from their tactical victory is diminished by their overwhelming casualties, which included a considerable number of officers. Among the Patriots killed in action was 34-year-old Joseph Warren, a physician and president of the Massachusetts Provisional Congress, shown in the lower left. Despite his rank of Major General, he opted to participate in the battle as a private. It was Warren who, on April 18th, enlisted Paul Revere and William Dawes to warn the residents of Concord of the impending British raid. In our second story tonight, we are joined by George Washington, who, until earlier this week, was a colonel in the Virginia Regiment and a delegate to the Second Continental Congress. Congratulations on your appointment to General and Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army.
Thank you, Anson. It is indeed a great honor to assume such responsibility and to be elected unanimously.
Did the appointment come as a surprise to you, sir?
Well, there were rumors of my popularity, but frankly, I had expected Charles Lee, a former British officer with whom I served under General Braddock during the French and Indian War, to receive the honor. Instead, he will serve as my second in command.
Why do you suppose you were chosen?
I suspect there was a desire to select someone from Virginia to generate even greater support from the southern colonies. I am particularly grateful to the support from my fellow delegate, John Adams.
What are your plans now, General Washington?
I will travel to Cambridge, Massachusetts, arriving in the first few days of July to take charge of the soldiers, most of whom served gallantly on Breed's Hill and Bunker Hill. Our forces must cause the British to leave Boston altogether.
Have you identified a suitable headquarters?
Yes, arrangements have been made to occupy the house that was built for Benjamin Wadsworth, a former president of Harvard College and a clergyman. I just hope it's large enough to meet our needs.
Thank you for your time, sir, and we wish you great success.
You're most welcome, Anson. Let's stay in touch.
So, there you have it, the news of the week ending June 20th, 1775. Tune in next Friday, subscribe to this channel, and follow the revolution.